Alright, welcome back guys. Once your first time here, I'm Vision Hero Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys in a video. Talking about some of my thoughts and opinions regarding the future of the Power Rangers franchise. More specifically, their planned Power Rangers movie universe. Now, Power Rangers, something you're interested in, don't forget to hit subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon, there's more Power Rangers content from me moving forward. Now let's begin. So, like I said, I want to talk about the upcoming Power Rangers movie universe or franchise, whatever you want to call it. Now, we know Entwistle and Klein are still working on it. Jonathan Entwistle and Jenny Klein have been tapped to, undergo and undertake this franchise into the movies. And I think Jenny Klein's doing the TV show. So we know that's going on. I know there are some people who are skeptical and are still saying, oh, that's not coming. They've lied to us. It's been so long. From what we know and what I still believe is that it is coming. I just think that they're taking their time to lay out the groundwork, try to figure out what they want to do and not rush this thing. Say like other franchises have done in the past few years, looking at Marvel and DC and stuff like that. I think what they're doing is taking their time, trying to figure out what they're doing. That's what this 2024 hiatus is for. However, one thing I think that they should be doing, and I think would be a missed opportunity to do, is to go to SDCC this year. Now, I know this might sound crazy, but I think PR needs to go to SDCC this year. San Diego Comic-Con is a huge event. You get your franchise out there. People always go there. It's the big event of the year. You want to make Power Rangers into this big franchise, launch this new universe. There's no better place to go than San Diego Comic-Con. I think it'd be a brilliant idea. You get a bunch of eyes on the franchise. You get a lot more attention. A whole bunch will cover SDCC on YouTube, online. So, like, you go to SDCC and you get a lot of attention. And that's what Power Rangers needs right now. Especially after hiatus, you want to have your franchise known. If I was Entwistle right now, I'd be talking to Hasbro, whoever's in charge of San Diego Comic-Con. I'd be talking to them and be like, hey, we need to go there this fall or this summer. I want to book a time at Hall H just to talk about what we have plans. Maybe hint at some things, answer some questions. Like, I'm not saying have this huge event like Marvel, but maybe do like an hour and a half event there where he kind of talks about what's been going on, give his thoughts, opinions, maybe announce the movie, maybe do a cast reveal, something like that. I think they need to do that, and they need to do that moving forward. Look, we know they got Hasbro PulseCon, and we know that they have Power Morphicon. However, if they want to succeed and reach a wider audience, they need to go to San Diego Comic-Con. And they need to go to other cons. They can't just sustain themselves and build this big franchise just using Hasbro PulseCon and Power Morphicon. Yes, us fans pay attention and go to those things, but the general audience don't. People who go to SDCC, unless they are Power Rangers fans, they're not going to Power Morphicon. Especially with how Power Rangers is looked at. Power Rangers is looked like, and it has been for a while, as a kid's show. Even with the 20th anniversary or 30th anniversary Once and Always special that came out last year, some YouTubers I watched were saying, oh, this is just a kid show. I don't care much about it. I watched it when I was a kid. It's still the same generic kid stuff. So they need to break out of that viewpoint. They need to go to San Diego Comic-Con and do something. They need to get their name out there and show that they want to be a serious kind of franchise or movies or whatever. And what they need to do is kind of up the ante on what they can do and their ratings. They need to go PG-13. They need to try and do something similar to what the new Avatar TV show did. Look, I'm not a huge fan of the Avatar TV show personally. The Netflix version of it I think is very messy and has a lot of issues. But in regards to why I'm comparing it to that is I think they need to go for a more mature audience that way. They tackled certain aspects that I think would work for PR if they gave it a PG-13 rating. And I think you can give Power Rangers a PG-13 rating and still have it be good, still tell good stories, and just kind of move it away from the idea of being kids. They need to do that. If they want to succeed at this new universe and make a new universe, That's what they need to do. They need to look and say, okay, we got this. We want to do this, but we don't want to be looked at as a kid show. They need to go towards Transformers level of maturity, not the one where there's a lot of things going on there that are issues with Transformers. Definitely Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. You don't want to go down that route. There's a whole bunch of stuff that went wrong there that I'm not even going to touch on right here. But they need to try to aim for an audience in their teenage years. They can look at Marvel movies. They are rated PG-13, and kids can go see them. I'm saying kind of go level out that way. And I think if they go to San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, whatever other Comic Cons they can get to, that puts their names out there. That says, hey, we're here. We're doing something. Come check us out. You can't just survive off Hasbro PulseCon and Power Morphicon. You just can't, in my opinion. Maybe you guys think they can, but I personally do not think so. Like I said, if I was Entwistle, I'd be talking to whoever I could to try to get a room, a time at Hall H to talk to or give like a panel. Again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We've heard some rumblings. Maybe they got a casting. Maybe they could do that. Maybe they could just reveal the name of the movie, some of their plans, maybe a release date, maybe a poster, a logo, something like that. They need to go to San Diego Comic-Con. And I just think if they don't do this, it's going to hurt them in the long run. I think, sure, short term, yeah, you could probably get around with just Power Morphicon and Hasbro PulseCon, but eventually you're going to have to spread out your wings and you need to go to San Diego Comic-Con. And I just think that if they don't go down that route, it'll hurt their overall plans for this franchise. Look, we know that they want to make this into a big franchise. Everybody else has it. Marvel, DC, everybody else has their extended universe. So we know that's Power Rangers, that's Hasbro's and Entwistle's plan for the franchise. But you can't establish that when your franchise is looked at as a kid's franchise. So you need to do something where you can get a wider audience. Yes, putting out the regular movie, throwing out a few trailers, yes, that'll get people's attention, but it's not going to get the same level as attention as, say, a Marvel movie. So I think they need to do that, and they need to do it quick. We got a hiatus, and it's now April. I highly doubt even if they wanted to, they could get to SDCC this year. I think next year would be a brilliant way to start up. We're coming back, 2025. We're starting over with PR. This is what we got coming at San Diego Comic-Con. They show it off. We get excited. Reaches a larger audience. More people pay attention. It gets more hype. I think they need to do that. But I'm kind of curious about you guys, because this is just my thoughts, opinions. I feel like some people might say, oh, they can just survive off Power Morphicon, or they can just go off of Hasbro PulseCon. But personally, I just don't think it's a big enough franchise to still have that level of attention and do that well if they don't go to SDCC. That's just my opinion. And I also think that going to SDCC, along with getting their name out there, will help them in other ways. We know Marvel is in a tailspin. A lot of people say they're dead. I personally think they're just in a tailspin, not knowing really what to do. And, James Gunn is trying to bring back the DC universe. Whether or not he does that very well or not remains to be seen. And I know people have superhero fatigue, but I think, given how those two franchises are going right now, I think Power Rangers could have the opportunity to come in and do good at the box office if they make a good to decent superhero movie. We know that there's superhero fatigue out there, but I think it's more, mediocre movie fatigue. I think if PR can hit it out of the ballpark, make a good to decent movie, and actually has something that people like compared to what we've been getting with Marvel and DC lately, I think they could make a name for themselves. I do not believe they'll ever be as big as Marvel or DC, but I definitely think they could become like a B-level franchise. So I really hope that they can do something like that. I think they need to do something like that, and if they don't do something like that, it could hurt them and they could be damaged in the long run. Yes, like I said, Hasbro PulseCon and Power Morphicon will sustain them, But I think they need to go to San Diego Comic-Con if they really want to do good and have a successful franchise. But those are just my thoughts, opinions. Let me know your thoughts, opinions. Do you think they need to go to San Diego Comic-Con moving forward? Or do you think they could just sustain themselves at Hasbro PulseCon and Power Morphicon? Let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts, opinions regarding what I think Power Rangers should be doing moving forward with its movie franchise regarding behind the scenes and going to cons. As always, if you guys feel don't to get a big thumbs up and share, don't forget to hit subscribe button down below, hit that bell icon, next more Power Rangers content from me moving forward, and go for me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the section of my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Vision Hero Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.